Going live. You're live! Hello everyone, I'm Santiago, and today I'm gonna be testing Bravely Default 2 on the GTX 1050 Ti, 750 Ti, 570 and 1650 Super. How are you guys doing? Welcome. I miss ya, it's been 24 hours. I'm doing well, Jim76UH, what about you, man? And thanks to Square Enix for providing a copy of the game. I requested it yesterday and I got it today, so thank you for sending it here so quick so I can cover the game. Welcome. Thanks for being here, guys. Andres Forero. Boy, long time no see. It's been a while, man, yeah. I miss you. I miss your witty commentary. Good stuff. So let's get into the game. This was a Switch exclusive, so I'm expecting it to run fine, but on the Nintendo Switch it drops into the 20s, into 20 frames per second range, which is pretty odd, I would say, but it happens on multiple Japanese games of this style. Todo bien, Chusito ALB. ¿Cómo andas? Bienvenido. So again, thanks to Square Enix for providing a code. It's appreciated. I forgot to open the FPS counter. And I'm going to increase the volume a bit. Okay, so far no mouse control, no cursor on screen. That's something I do not like, but clicking works. So no mouse cursor, that's a negative for me in that regard. So you have to use WASD to move around the menu, apparently. Yep. So no cursor on screen, that's fine. I mean, it's a minor thing. It kind of bothers me because, you know, I'm kind of a PC gamer myself. So hang on, volume mixer. Yeah. Let me see if I can hear it. Yeah, I do now. So let's make a new game. We're doing the highest settings on 1080p. So yeah. I'm fine, hope for the best. Well, thanks, man. I appreciate that. Been busy, but now I'm 24/7 on the PC. Hell yeah. Doing fine, man. Thanks.
Which carries, which connects.
Alright.
This thread of life, adrift.
Yeah, for some reason the audio for the game, at least for me, is pretty low. Not sure if you guys can hear it. Maybe you can. But it's fine. If I cannot listen to the game, it's not a big issue. This is the OG PC version. Yeah, it's on PC now. Let's play normal. Hey, Vaca, how's it going, man? Yeah, we're playing a Switch game that released on PC today. Yesterday, actually. So yeah, it's on Steam, guys. Link in the description if you want to check it out. There's a link to the Steam page if you're interested. So yeah. Buenas, Silent Night. ¿Todo bien? Okay, name. Let's put Santiago. Let's be real. It fits perfectly. 16 characters. Perfection. Alright. So you are Santiago? Yes, I'm Santiago. So let's go. Axel Rojas, ¿cómo andás? Jorge, ¿cómo andás, Jorge? Tanto tiempo. Se ve más bonito de lo que creí. Bueno, ya veremos. What's the genre of this game? It's a JRPG. It was exclusive to the Nintendo Switch, but now it's officially on PC. So you can find it on Steam, again, link in the description. So yeah, guys, I'm going to see performance because on the Switch it runs pretty poorly. It drops into the 20 frames per second range. And as usual, we're skipping all the cutscenes. You know how it goes. This is a Santiago live stream. We're here for performance. The story, that's fine if you make a good story. But I'm here for the performance. And as you can see, it's not a very complex looking game. So yeah, it should be easy to run. Also, guys, I forgot to mention, this is an Unreal Engine 4, yet another Unreal Engine 4 game. So yeah, as you can see here, in this part there's not a lot going on. It's only a very small place. Well, we're fixing that. We're going outside. So that's where the Switch suffers the most on the performance. Okay, now we have a menu for the map. And we go outside. Yeah, JRPGs don't need a lot of FPS anyway. Yeah, I agree. I agree completely. But it's good to see and have good numbers. Hey, Dark Master! I missed your intro, no worries. Hello everyone. I'm Santiago, and today I'm gonna be testing Bravely Default 2 on the 1050 Ti, 750 Ti, 570, 1650 Super. And let's go into the demanding part. Here's where the Switch drops frames, at least for me. But the artistic style, I'm into it, I dig it. Good style. I like those 3D models. Not trying to be realistic for once. Are you friends with Crisp? No, but I watch his channel every once in a while. He has so many GPUs. So yeah, I know his name, but I never talked to him before. So as you can see here, this is where the Switch drops frames into the mid-20s. So yeah. Let's check the options now. So we're going to do it like this. We're going to take a screenshot. Hang on. And we're going to compare the presets. So, screenshot. Now we pause the game. Nice. And okay, so we have a resolution option, display mode option, VSync on or off. And here we have graphics quality, low, medium or high. Here it says high, better graphical quality than the console version, which is the Switch. Medium, similar graphical quality to the console version, so the Switch is medium settings. And low says most post-processing is disabled to reduce the burden on your system. So what we're doing now is checking, that was high. Let's do, there's also an LOD option, just keep it on far. So let's try medium. We take a screenshot. Okay, on medium we get 30 frames more. No, 40 frames more. Holy hell, that's a huge difference. So this is how the Switch looks in comparison to the PC. It's medium settings, basically. So let's now go for low settings. Just to see if it's worth lowering the presets in any way. We take another screen. Oh, now it's nighttime. I can't take another screenshot. Okay, gotta do it again. Ah, God. Screenshot preview. Hey, Harmonic Sing. Waiting for the Xbox Series S videos. Yeah, same. Although first I'm doing the One S. The Series S, I don't have one yet, unfortunately. So now medium. Switch runs this at what resolution? 720p. I think 720p docked. And then on portable, I think it drops down to 540p or something. So yeah, the Switch has performance issues on this one. And now we'll go back to high. There we go. Also guys, this is from the people that made Octopath Traveler, if you wanted to know. Okay, so now we're on the highest settings. So let's compare all the settings. So let's try medium versus high. From low to medium there's not a huge difference, but from high to medium there's a lot of extra frames. So we're checking that out. Sí, es como el primero Final Fantasy. Sí, exacto. Algo así. Alright. There we are. So the screenshots I've taken. So this is... Okay, this is wrong. Okay, this is medium versus low. As you can probably notice, medium and low. Low runs 8 frames ahead, but you get way worse anti-aliasing. Let's now put it against high. Where is it? Okay, I don't have a... Never mind. There's a screenshot for high. I can do one. Okay, there we go. So now it's time to add high settings, which is what you're seeing here. So as you can probably notice, from medium to high, I mean visually it's better on high, more post-processing effects, but the performance is much better on medium. So maybe if you don't have a good enough GPU, maybe a 750 Ti and want more frames, that's how you do it. So let's play a little bit of the game. Personally, I just keep it on the highest settings and be done with it. This is a game where you have turn-based attacks and all that. Turn-based combat.
Let's stay focused.
So yeah. Alright. Brave on default. Oh, okay. That's the name of the game, guys. Do you own a Switch? Not anymore. I sold it. And I bought a 1S for video testing. Hang on. I'm going to change cables. My cable is doing something wrong. One sec. Yeah, it's a nightmare to have cables like this. There we go. Now I can hear the game. Where did the Switch runs this game that bad? Yeah, I don't know why. Maybe because it's an Unreal Engine 4 game or something. I don't know. Alright. So, hang on. Let's attack. Attack! So we're going to go brave, whatever that means. So H. Spend BP to perform extraction. Yeah. What now? Attack! Okay, how do I select attack? Yeah, I'm lost. Okay, everything was attacks. I don't know how to play this game. My first time. ¿Cómo andas my game 125? ¿Todo bien? Tantos años. Do you like JRPGs? I played Octopath Traveler, which is from the same people that made this one. So yeah, I played that one. It was very classic. It was like pixel art mixed with post-processing effects, which was a big plus for me. But yeah, I don't play a lot of JRPGs. This would be probably my third one that I'm playing in a couple of years. Okay. No, I'm not going to examine them. I'm going... Well, maybe I can see the health bar. There we go. Now we got a health bar. Doesn't look like it's optimized for keyboard. You should probably use a controller. Yeah, I agree. Let's use the Xbox Series controller. We have a wireless controller, so we might as well use it. Good point. Thanks. Yeah, for keyboard, it's not that great. Also, there's no cursor on screen, so you can just click left or right click on the mouse.
How many times?
Let's skip this. There we go. But as you can see, when you're doing turn-based combat, you don't usually care about 60 frames per second. It's not like you're doing any precise aiming or something. So, kind of makes sense. But I'm surprised that the Switch runs it so poorly. The Switch has terrible performance on this game. Yeah, it runs better on battle than exploration. Although in exploration you're just moving around. So, shouldn't be necessary to have 60 frames. Still, it's good to have a smooth one. I'm surprised that a Japanese game, a JRPG on PC, works well over 60 frames. I'm looking at this at 120 on a 120 Hz monitor, and it looks super smooth. The animations appear to match the frame rate just fine.
It really was. You were definitely.
So yeah, good to know. Now Japanese games are getting better PC ports. Pre-order Far Cry 6? No, never pre-order, guys. I'm testing Far Cry 6 once it releases. I'm going to request a code from Ubisoft, but I'm still covering it. You know me. I say always do not pre-order, do not. Please. You never know how a game will be, but it seems to be more Far Cry, so... Yeah, I'm probably going to enjoy it. But as you can see, guys, when moving around is mostly the thing with the performance. But here you're not attacking anyone, you're doing basically nothing, just moving around. So let's do 1440p now. Because 1080p appears to be kinda just running fine. So we select 1440. Somebody attacked me apparently.
Let's have it.
So hang on.
I'm up, huh?
Let me see if I can. Okay, good. Yeah, never mind. I gotta first play a little bit more on 1080p, I guess.
Hey, try this.
Do not pre-order, exactly. Does it have JP dub? What do you mean? I don't know what that is. Oh, Japanese dubs. Never mind.
Away and bio your heat.
Let me check. I'll check that out once I finish this battle. Thanks for the heads up. I forgot about Japanese voices.
Right then.
I remember when I got the Division and everything runs so smooth over 80, but the animations of bodies run at 30 frames. Yeah, well, that's what I like about this one. They finally
You rang?
match the frame rate with the animations. I love when that happens.
Okay, what's the
That's
plan?
great. Yeah, let's examine. Let's see how much health the wolf has. Okay, not a lot.
Nothing. I'm up, huh?
Yo espero de nuevo juegos de Capcom porque sé esperar de ellos y usualmente sueltan la demo para ver cómo corren. Bueno, vos ves, pero digo, nunca se sabe qué puede pasar.
Here I go.
We learned about the console pre-order when we got Cyberpunk. Yeah. Do not remind me about Cyberpunk. Although, I'm glad when games release broken, because it means that I can make more videos. So, at least for me, when a game releases being broken, it's perfect because I have more content to make. Alright, hang on. Let's see if I have Japanese. Hang on. Yeah. Skip the conversation, please. Yeah, hang on. I cannot pause the game yet. There we go. So, voice settings. Yeah, you have Japanese voices, guys. You can also have Japanese menus if you want. Let's keep it on Japanese because you guys, I know you guys love Japanese voices, so let's do that. Alright. And let me see if I can swap to 1440 super quick. No, I cannot. Gotta restart the game. So let's do that. Let's restart the game. I'm going to put 4K as my base resolution. Makes it easier for me to change settings later without a game restart. So let's go. Game release broken. Santiago stonks. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. If a game release is broken, it's perfect because I can make the game complain that it's broken. Then they release a patch, complain that it's still broken. And then they release a patch 9 months later with the game kind of fixed. And I say, hey guys, the game is fixed. That means 3 or 4 videos for a single game. That's perfect. I mean, it has pros and cons. For me, a lot of pros. A lot of pros. So, gotta do 1440p now. Okay, that's not working. Hang on. Let's try that again. Yeah, no. It's forcing 1080p for some reason. Probably because I'm doing DSR. I'm going to fix that by going into the config file. So let's try and find the config file. So Bravely Default 2. There we are. Yeah, it's always in the same places. That's the good part. Screen size. No, we're on 1920 by 1080. No, sorry. 2560 by 1440. Frame rate limit 1000. Finally, they did it right. Finally. Yeah, I'm using DSR. That's probably why the game doesn't go over 1080p. Let's find out. Hi, MN VoIP 000. How's it going, man? You should do performance tests together. B and V. What do you mean? Unreal Engine. Okay, there we go. Yeah, it's still not working for me. Whatever. It happens. I'm going to try something else. So odd that I cannot force the higher resolution like that. I'm going to delete the config file then. Ha! You'll see, game. You won't get away with it. There we go. No config file. It's a bummer Far Cry 6 doesn't have DLSS. Whatever, we don't have an RTX card anyways, so it's okay. By the time we can use DLSS ourselves, it's probably going to be a long time. Oh, I see, Kippy Poo. That's fine, I'm not into that, but thanks anyway. October 7th, yeah, it's going to be fun. Yeah, still cannot do, probably the config file is somewhere else. That's a bummer. 720p works though. Yeah, 720 works. Okay, now I got a black screen. Hang on, almost there. Almost got it. Bueno, suerte, Berkiev. Good luck, Berkiev. Bueno, feliz cumpleaños, Berkiev. Happy birthday, Berkiev. He's 15 years old now. Yeah, I think the computer doesn't want to continue. Let's reboot it. So there is any news for the PC port of Persona 5 Royale? No, nothing. Nothing that I'm aware of, unfortunately. But if it happens, I'm going to be making a video as always. In the meantime, you can use RPCS3 if you want to. Don't forget that's Resident Evil Village DLC soon or next month. It's coming next month? What? Are you serious? No, I mean for real, there is Ari Village DLC coming. If that's the case, I'm super interested. Uncharted Collection to be announced soon and rumored December release. Man, I'm so pumped for that. I platinumed all the Uncharted games on the PlayStation 3. Yeah, not on the PlayStation 4, on the PlayStation 3. So I played Uncharted 1, Uncharted 2, and Uncharted 3 on the highest difficulty. I got all the trophies. I mean, no, I love those games. There's no way around it. Yeah. Tremendous. Best game of 2021? I don't know. Alright, I'm still stuck here, I think. Yeah. One more try, and if I cannot do it, well, we're sticking to 1080p. Yeah, no. It's forcing me to do 1080p, guys. Not sure what's going on. I think in Borderless full screen I can do 4K. Yeah, okay, Borderless full screen. I'm going to use that in the meantime. That works for me. So, in order to do 1440p, I need to change the desktop resolution. That's just a thing with my PC because I don't have an 84K monitor at the moment. So, I'm using Borderless full screen for now. Because as you can see, full screen mode, yeah, it requires me to go into borderless mode. So we do 1440p like this. Gotta restart the game though. But good, I found a way to do 1440p. Borderless full screen and you change the desktop resolution. So we're doing 1440p highest settings. Sorry it took me so long, guys. I usually have to learn how it works each time. Algún día tendrás tu monitor 4K. Ya lo tuve y bueno, no iba... Era demasiados píxeles, era demasiado grande para mi escritorio. Guys, I used to have a 4K screen. I now have a 1080p 24-inch screen. But I swapped it around because the 4K screen was so big, it was 28 inches. And it was just a lot of space into my desktop. So I had to swap it back to something smaller. Imagine having those issues. I mean, what's the problem? I don't have enough space in my desktop for my monitors. Sup, Just Bob Games. Long time no see. Okay, 1440p, highest settings, 30 frames per second. So, as you can see, it runs even better than the Switch. Still runs better than the Nintendo Switch at 1440p.
Come on then. Let's have it.
So that's amazing. Great PC port so far. Unlocked frame rates, runs well. Has 3 options, but you don't need more options. The only thing that I would say it's missing would be what's the name of this? Better mouse and keyboard support.
Okay then.
I mean, it works with the keyboard, but the mouse, you don't have a cursor on screen, which is kind of unfortunate, but yeah. How do you add custom resolution to your display? You can do it in the NVIDIA control panel. Maybe I should do a video teaching you guys how to do it. But you can use DSR to force a higher resolution, or you can make your own. For example, if you want to do 1800p, for example, you can make one in the NVIDIA control panel. And it works right out of the box. Pretty easy to do. La resolución de tu primer monitor. Mi primer monitor fue 1024 por 768, creo.
Sorcery.
Sí. No, perdón, 800 por 600.
What's the plan?
Yeah, guys, somebody asked me my first monitor's resolution. It was 800 by 600. So it was a pretty high resolution thing for the time. I was on Windows 98, I think. I was like 2 years old, already on the computer on Windows 98. I was playing the Garfield video game. A 2D game that is like Cuphead, but with Garfield. I love playing that. Now that I look at that game, man, it was so difficult, and I thought it was because I was a child, but no, it's a difficult game, actually. Bueno, gracias, Verkef. Se agradece.
Somebody help me. You okay?
You okay? What's the matter, kid?
So you.
Okay, we skip this. We don't care about the story because we're testing performance. But 1440p so far looks super sharp. I like this. So yeah, performance so far, so good. Let's go outside. But as you can see, it's a pretty basic. Graphically, it's not super demanding. It's an Unreal Engine 4 game with 2D sprites with 3D characters. And this is kind of the part where it runs the worst, as you can see. Here it runs like the Switch at 1440p. So the Switch here drops into the 20s. So in order to get that, let's lower the settings to medium. Gotta skip the party chat. So as I was saying, this part on the Switch runs at mid 20 frames, like this. But it uses a way lower resolution and medium settings. So let's try medium settings at 1440p. So medium. This lowers this is basically the Switch settings, medium settings. And as you can see, by lowering it to the Switch's settings, which is medium, we get over 30 frames at 1440p. So if you want over 30 all the time, you can sacrifice the settings a little bit. Why can't I fast forward to my GPU? New YouTube glitch, I guess. No, I'm live. You cannot you cannot fast forward time. I mean, I'm doing this live.
Come on then. Let's have it.
So yeah, if you want 30 frames all the time, 1440p medium should be the way to go. The game still looks good. So yeah. Una casa de deporte de personas que me trae recuerdos de... no sé qué es eso, porque... did you ever play Road Rash in your childhood? It sounds familiar.
Feel your heat.
I should look it up. Road Rash.
Guess it's my turn. Yeah.
Road Rash. Let me check. No, I haven't. I played the modern one. Road Redemption, I think it's called. I played that one, but my childhood didn't have that game. Are you going to test the Steam Deck? I wish I could, but in my country, it's going to arrive super late in my country, so if it's popular, I'm probably going to test it. But at the moment, what I'm doing will be the Xbox One S. It's the best deal by far nowadays. On 2021, with everything that's going on with GPUs, shortages, miners, the GPU miners, that are basically no stock anywhere, and everything is inflated. Well, that's a good moment to buy an Xbox One X and an Xbox One S. But the One S is cheaper than a 1050 Ti, so with Game Pass you have so many games. I'm going to be checking that out, probably in a few days.
Good.
I downloaded 2 terabytes of games and we're going to get into it. Yeah, the Series S is a bargain, but I'm talking about the One S, not the Series S. The Series S, if it's popular if my One S videos are popular, I'm getting a Series S. That's for sure. I now have a way to test performance like Digital Foundry using raw footage. So I think it's going to be interesting. But the best deal right now, the One S, not the Series S, the One S. You can play basically everything, 2 or 3 games that are not on the One S. And it's basically a 720p to 1080p machine, depending on the game. And it's super cheap. You can get one below $300 easy. Depends on your country, of course. So yeah, 1440p as you can see. If you want 30 frames, do medium settings, like I'm doing right here. And if you go basically to high, you're going to get over 30, but on nighttime it's going to drop into the 20s. So yeah, let's now do 4K medium. To do so, I gotta restart the game, so apologies. Let's do 4K. Will you try Cyberpunk on the One S? Yeah, I want to see how Cyberpunk looks on the One S and compare it against the 750 Ti and the 1050 Ti. I think that will be interesting. Yeah, MacPie FSR, I'm doing it soon. The thing with that one is I need to test multiple games, so it's going to take a while. On that one I don't have a date yet, but it's coming eventually, yeah. Bueno, genial, Berkev. Excelente. Así es como tiene que ser. Why are you not playing Cookie Clicker on Steam? Cookie Clicker? What is that? Never heard about it. Paradise DK, how are you doing, man? Welcome back. So we're now at 4K medium settings. So let's get back into the game. Cyberpunk won't have no crowd in there. Well, yeah, on the consoles I know that there are no crowds. Okay, so on 4K medium, as you can see, mid-20s, so it's running worse than on the Switch now. So let's do low settings at 4K. So low settings. Yeah, no, still below 30 frames. Let's lower the LODs. Yeah, no, 4K is a no-go, guys. Sí, soy de Uruguay, Berkev. Sí, soy de Uruguay. ¿El de la galleta está bueno? Bueno, capaz que lo pruebo más adelante. So guys, 4K, don't do it. Too much on the GPU. But you can do 1440p, which I think is a good balance. So 1440p medium or 1080p high on the 1050 Ti. So let's swap GPUs now. Time to do the 570, so I go back to 1080p. So yeah. ¿Qué dice Gatito Power? ¿Todo bien? Miau para vos también. Alright guys, time to swap to the 570. Let's see how it goes. So, welcome back to my room. Here's my Series S controller. And the One S is behind the computer. Let me show you that. I'm going to lift the computer super quickly. There's the One S. The Xbox One S is right there. Which I'm going to show you something later. So I put it behind the computer on a stand. Hello from Russia. Well, hello from Uruguay. What's the GPU equivalent to the Switch? I would say the GT 1030 is kind of similar to the Switch when it's docked. I would say it's slower than the 1030. So here's the 570. Good. Alright, it's in. Perfect, that's what he said. ¿Cuándo directo en español? Nunca. Pero hablo en español cuando me escriben en español. We have a nice game last year, Dying Light 2, Saints Row Reboot, and Deathloop. Yeah, those will be fun to play, I think. Y el perro, no, el perro está ladrando allá afuera. Lo dejé tranqui. Please make on GTX 960. The 960 runs the same as the 1050 Ti, so expect the same numbers as what I tested just now. Okay, we're on the 570, perfect. Let me check if there's any driver updates, since that's super important. And we're going to start on 1080p Ultra. It's going to be fine, we already know it, but hey, gotta check it out. So let's check out any updates. No, it's up to date. Perfect. So time to try the game out once more. ¿Entiende portugués? Un poquito, Bruno. Un poquito portugués entiendo. Yeah, I understand a little Portuguese, yeah. No, Atata, how are you doing, man? Welcome. ¿Cómo estás? Welcome back, guys. Time to do the 570, which will be fine. We already know it. I mean, if the 1050 Ti can do 1080p over 60, can you suggest me some wallpaper sites? Yeah, I have one that is called Wallpapers Wide, which is great. So guys, there's the link. If you want cool wallpapers, Wallpapers Wide I think is the best one. That's the one I use to find wallpapers. Although I make my own wallpapers now, with the photo modes, I like doing it. You're from Sri Lanka, well, you're next to India, nice. How's it going? Okay, 1080p. You're welcome. Okay, perfect. Let me see if I can do native 1440p. No, it's just like before. No, VSync. And we're going for the highest settings. Wonderful. Alright. Hang on, guys. Okay, Bravely Default 2. 1080p, highest settings, once more. And let's load the autosave. Oh, ok. No hablas muy buen inglés. Ah, tiene una nueva actualización de Medium. Dale, la pruebo. Gracias, Bruno, se agradece la información. So, somebody told me in Portuguese that there's a new update for the Medium, I think, with FSR. So, if that's the case, I'm super interested. Because that game runs like absolute garbage. Se entiende perfecto, sí, Madraco tiene razón. Alright. Here we go, let's attack. But as you can see, yeah, completely fine on 1080p. Over 60, runs better than the 1050 Ti. The 1050 Ti in the open world, it runs at 59, 56 FPS on the open world that we were right now. So yeah, this one runs it a couple frames, like 10 to 15 frames ahead, so that's great. So the 570, perfectly fine. How many GPU drivers you had installed? Does it affect performance? I only have the NVIDIA and the AMD drivers for each GPU I'm testing, but once I finish the live stream I always delete the drivers and reinstall them. And that usually doesn't have any problems because I do it pretty often. Basically every day I remove the drivers and reinstall them, so everything works as it should. The problem is when you swap more than 5 times, well, in that case, yeah, it's going to be a problem. But that's kind of rare. I just do it to be mindful of certain problems that could come up. Yeah, the Medium, yeah, doesn't look amazing, but yeah, it runs terribly bad, especially when you get the split screen. Do you notice a big difference with DLSS? Actually, I look at the game being more softer, but since most games nowadays have TAA, DLSS looks great to me. My eyes just love DLSS. Okay, so as you can see here, on the 1050 Ti we had 59 frames. On this one we have 70, so perfectly fine. So I don't think more 1080p is necessary. So let's do 1440p now. Again, a problem on my own. Borderless full screen is necessary for 1440p on here for some reason. So now we do 1440p highest settings. So 1440p highest, as you can see, everything maxed out. Let's see how it goes. Shouldn't be the same price. RX 570 is much better than 1050 Ti. Well, nowadays the 570 is more expensive, so it kind of makes sense. Okay, 45 FPS on the highest settings at 1440p, completely fine. So again, turn-based game, 30 frames on this one won't be night and day. That's what I'm trying to say. TAA looks good on 1440p and up, but I hate it on 1080p, it looks way too soft. Yeah, I agree, but at the same time, on 1080p I can tolerate it. I mean, usually I'm an arm length distance to the screen, So it shouldn't be a big issue. It really depends on your own taste. Minecraft Java with cheaters could be nice to test GPU. Yeah, that's a good idea. I'm probably doing that in the future. Yeah. Let's try Thunder. Okay.
What's the
It works nicely. Can you run on 960? Yeah, you can, man. You can. You can do 1080p ultra settings over 50 frames. Did reduce to atoms.
guys?
Yeah, we did it. Alright, so 1440p as you can see. Completely fine. Nothing to worry about. On daytime is even better. So yeah, personally I would play like this. Looks super sharp on this 1080p screen when I force 1440p. So yeah.
Let's stay focused.
I can tell you how important your work is. Oh well, thank you, man. Monteves K, I appreciate that. Yeah, I've been doing this because it's the content I would like to see personally. If I was looking to build a PC, it would be super cool to have videos saying, hey, it runs like this. So you can decide if you want to buy a game or not.
Everyone okay?
Because I know performance is super important. So I appreciate that, man. Happy to be here. And hi, Physics. How's it going, man? Welcome back to the channel. Long time no see. One of the supporters 2.0, I think it was. Hey, Chemagician.
Here I go.
Complementary shaders is my recommendation for Minecraft now. Okay, send me an email with the link and I'll check it out.
Here I go.
Let's do the brave. We do multiple attacks at once. We do the bravely default. This is the specs for Far Cry 6, they are all over the place, as usual. I mean, when a new game releases, well, I do not trust the recommended on the minimum settings, so we're going to check that out on release date. But we should be fine. This first part on PC, I want to play it. Yeah, it's the part 1, good question. Let me check that out for you. Bravely Default 1 PC. Okay, apparently it's not on PC, the first one, but you can play it on Citra, which is an emulator, actually. Yeah, but I don't know where the first one comes from. I think it's a Nintendo DS game, I think. So it should be easy to emulate. So guys, if you want to play the first one, here's a video from BSOD Gaming. Checking out the first game on an emulator. Let's now try 1440p medium. No, I'm not doing medium, you know? I'm doing 4K right away. I don't need 60 frames on this game. Let's be honest here. Who plays JRPGs at 60 frames per second as a target? That's kinda rare for me. I don't know. No worries, Chemagician. Ever since Killzone 2 emulation, I realized how fake the PC gaming extreme community is. Yeah, I mean, not fake. They're too demanding with the GPUs. I mean, I understand that having better performance is great and all that, but you don't need to spend that much money. Nowadays, well, with the miners and all that problem with the GPU shortages, I understand that GPUs are super expensive. But when people say, yeah, you need a GTX 1080 or it's unplayable, 1050 Ti is garbage. No, it's not. You can play games better than on the Switch. So, I don't know. That's kind of how I see it. They are just too demanding with GPUs. I mean, if you can afford it, great. But most people cannot afford the higher end stuff. That's basically why I started my YouTube channel. Because I wanted to show that you don't need to spend that much money on a GPU if you don't want to. Okay, so 30 frames. Okay, 4K on the 570 is doable on the highest settings. Maybe it's going to drop when it's nighttime. But so far so good. So you can do 4K. Let's see, on nighttime. Okay, it drops into the 30s. But yeah, even with the shadow, the grass shadows on, it works fine. So you can do 4K highest settings on the 570. Remember the good times when there were frame rate counters and just enjoy games? Yeah, good times.
I'm up, huh?
Yeah. I remember that. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to show you that you don't need that. You can watch my video, you know the performance. Just put the settings in and enjoy the game. Personally, I enjoy a lot looking at frame rates and all that. I love doing that. But yeah, it shouldn't be something that you're complaining that the game doesn't have certain frame rates. You can do it just fine. Yeah, 27 frames is fine. Gasta más en procesador para poder jugar juegos. Sí, es un buen punto ese. Somebody was saying in Spanish that it's better to spend less on the GPU if you're planning on doing emulation, which I agree. Emulation is a big part of the PC space, but now they use GPU as well in some of them. But if you spend some more on the CPU, you can do PS3 emulation, PS2 emulation, better than with a slower CPU. So yeah, a lot of good points there. A computer is not only for gaming, you can also edit videos, do 3D modeling. You can do a lot of stuff with a PC. Just turning off the frame rate overlay does automatically make the game feel better. Facts. Yeah, exactly. If I do this, the game is infinitely more enjoyable. Prove me wrong. The game is infinitely better if I do this. But this is a performance testing channel, so there we go. Frame rate counter is necessary. How can I check used GPU before I buy it? Well, you should ask the person that sells it, hey, can I check it out? And you run some benchmarks on it. And there you can see. And there's a video from Gamers Nexus that tells you what to look out for when buying a used GPU, which I highly recommend. But yeah, I mean, I like the PC due to that. Options, you can upgrade later if you want to. You can do emulation. It's a free platform. You can do basically whatever you want. You can learn how to code and do whatever you want with your parts. So yeah. ¿Es normal que HDD se ponga al 100% cada vez que abro algo? Sí, es un tema de Windows 10. Usa mucho disco duro. Comprate un SSD si podés, meterle Windows y usar el otro para guardar cosas. No creo que se esté jodiendo. Yo creo que es más un tema de que Windows usa mucho disco duro. Te lo digo porque me pasa mucho con laptops. Guys, someone was asking if it's normal that the hard drive on Windows 10 is at 100% all the time. If the hard drive is going to die or something. And I would say it's pretty normal behavior on Windows 10. Windows 10 uses a lot of hard drive. That's why I always recommend the small SSD to install Windows. And then the hard drive to just keep stuff stored there. So yeah, it's a pretty normal thing, unfortunately, on Windows 10. Uses a lot of hard drive. So that's kind of a bummer. So yeah.
Guess it's my turn.
You can also disable Windows Defender if you want less hard drive usage, but in general, yeah, an SSD and your life changes. Windows 10 starts being a normal OS when you put an SSD. Trust me, even if it's 120 gigs. Windows 7 is a lot better on hard drives. Well, makes sense. It's an older OS. Makes sense. Yeah, they should release part 1 on PC. But hey, what do I know? Okay, so where to go? Let's check that out. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Yeah, whatever. We skip. Where to now? Okay, that way. Oh, I can move the camera. I didn't know that. Interesting. Now I can see that there's more map to explore. Let's open all the chests. What about Windows 8.1? I don't like Windows 8.1 really. I mean, it was pretty light on system requirements, but I don't know. It was using a lot of hard drive as well.
I'm up, huh?
What about Windows 11 gaming mode? It's basically Windows 10 with extra features for gaming. So at the moment, Windows 11, not interested. Maybe later, once it's released. Yeah, Ghost Spectre is very good. Yeah. With hard drives, it's pretty good. Yeah. I agree. Yeah, guys, if you haven't already and you have a hard drive, I recommend installing Ghost Spectre. I have a video in the description next to the name of the OS where I show you how to install Ghost Spectre. It's a custom Windows 10 that is updatable with the official version. So yeah.
Looks like we did it.
Yeah, Red Dead Redemption, The Last of Us 1 and Metal Gear Solid 4 require a lot of GPU and CPU, but mostly CPU, and the emulator is still a work in progress, so yeah. Jesus, everyone's attacking me on this one. Yeah, RPCS3 still needs a lot of work, but it's doing pretty well so far.
It's nothing.
Here I go.
Yeah, let's attack this one. Then we attack this one, and we attack this one. Yeah, do the bravely thing. We attack multiple enemies at once. We're badasses. Yeah, so far I do not want to install Windows 11 yet because the context menus are different. Everything is in a different place. So I'd rather wait for them to iron out the issues and make it more similar to Windows 10. But that's just a me thing. I'd rather have an interface I'm familiar with because I use it to make videos and all that. So yeah, as you can see, the 570 runs it completely fine. Let's save the progress. And we're swapping to the 750 Ti. Now let's put that one in the end. We're doing 1650 Super because it will be pretty quick. And then we do the 750 Ti in the end. I mean, if the 570 run it fine, the 1650 Super will be okay as well. So let's do 1650 Super, guys. I wait until my motherboard has driver from Windows 11. Yeah, I mean, usually when a new OS drops, it takes a few years for it to be the standard, so I'd rather stay on Windows 10 for now. Because, I mean, when we swap from Windows 7, here's the 1650 Super, when we swap from Windows 7 to Windows 8, it was a major departure. But then Windows 10, hang on, I forgot the 6-pin cable. On the front header, always disconnects. There we go. So as I was saying, when we swapped from Windows 7 to Windows 8, it was a nightmare. Then when we swapped to Windows 10, there was some compatibility issues, and then Windows 10 was fine. It's now the standard, so let's stay on Windows 10. Maybe in Windows 12 we're going to upgrade, but now everything works. So we stay on Windows 10, okay? Yeah, update to Windows 11 on 2025. I mean, compatibility is still there. What I like about Windows 11 is the direct storage feature that uses the same thing as the consoles now, where it goes directly to the SSD when loading a game. That will be faster loading times. If that works properly, I'm swapping to Windows 11, but in the meantime, kind of a meh, I don't care. So yeah, anyway, back here. Love from India, well thanks, Saranash Oberoi. What happened to the 2060? Yeah, the 2060, I swapped it around. I sold it because I needed the money. You know, the economics on COVID is difficult. But yeah, I needed the money. I'm building a studio to make videos. I'm going to show it to you guys. It should be finished on Monday or Tuesday. And I'm moving all my stuff to my backyard. We built a studio. And yeah, I needed the money. Basically, 1/3 of the money I spent building the studio was from that 2060 I sold, because now GPUs are so expensive, and that was the one that I used the least. Most people weren't watching the 2060. The 2060 was quite unpopular in my channel, so I'd rather stay with the GPUs that I can actually get views on. So in the future it's coming back, don't worry. But at the moment the 2060, yeah, nobody was watching it in comparison to the other cards. So I had to get rid of it, sorry guys. But it's just a temporary thing, so we'll be fine. It's coming soon. Living the true low spec way of life. Yeah, I don't need a 2060 to be fine. I can be fine with lower end stuff. I can still be happy without a 2060. But it's a temporary thing again. Studio tour when? When it happens. Once I finish with it, we're going to make a tour. Don't worry. It's worth trading for a new studio. Yeah, I mean, a third of the money I spent on the studio was from that 2060. So you can see how expensive GPUs are in my country.
All right then.
You're in for a treat.
Do you buy the games, test them, the graphics cards, then return the game? No, I actually do not return games anymore. I used to do that when I started the channel because I needed to be able to not spend a lot of money. Nowadays, I do not return them because I go back to the games after I test them in the future. When I get a new GPU, I do another video, so I do not return games anymore.
Here I go.
But I did that with 2 or 3 games that were full price. Nowadays I can actually request games from the publishers, so I don't need to return them anymore. And thanks to Square Enix for providing a copy of the game, it's appreciated. Let's Play incoming? No, Let's Plays I do not enjoy playing live like that. I rather play on my own, and then if it's a game I really enjoy like Payday 2, okay, in that case I can play it like a Let's Play, but that's about it. I rather do benchmarks, that's what I enjoy the most. Yeah, direct storage will be on Windows 10 too. Oh, okay. So I don't need Windows 11.
However,
Direct storage, yeah. If it's on Windows 10, no need for Windows 11 for now then. It's a standalone game and you don't need to play other games in the series. Oh, okay. That's cool. I didn't know that, so thanks for the heads up. But as you can see, 1080p is fine on this card.
okay, let's do this.
What's the plan?
Let's attack him. Whoa, that old man is super strong. Let's see the health. Okay, 179. Okay, they're pretty weak.
See.
So let's use fire on all of them.
Come and get her.
I have tried Magpie on FSR. Not yet, not yet. Magpie, I'm going to try it later.
Plenty more where
I need to do pretty thorough testing to make a video on it.
I'm amazing. I like what I'm seeing
Good
here.
thing. Oh, I already read that. Far Cry 6 or Back 4 Blood? Far Cry 6. I mean, yeah, probably going to enjoy more Far Cry 6. I played Back 4 Blood, it was fun, but it's going to feel pretty repetitive. And it's not going to have mod support, which is what I loved about Left 4 Dead 2. So yeah, no. In that case, at least right now, from the little information I have, I'd rather a Far Cry 6 than a Back 4 Blood. Nothing against Back 4 Blood, of course, but I'm probably going to get more enjoyment out of Far Cry 6, and it seems to be more Far Cry that I already know and love. So yeah, but I mean, you don't need to buy Back 4 Blood, it's going to be on Game Pass, so if you want to get Far Cry 6, wait for the reviews, do not pre-order, and if you like it, get it, and Back 4 Blood, just pay for Game Pass and you have Back 4 Blood.
You saved my bacon
You don't need to buy it. Gotcha there.
This'll do it.
Yeah, gotta heal a little bit. Is Back 4 Blood controversy fixed? What controversy?
You rang?
I'm not up to date. For people with HDR, the auto HDR is looking pretty good for the review so far. Yeah, but I don't use HDR, so
Wait, bio your
yeah.
heat.
Most people are not using HDR displays. So that will be a future feature for us budget gamers.
Okay then. Yahar!
Yeah, what controversy? Back 4 Blood could be if they make a way to create your own campaigns. Yeah, I agree. That's what's missing for me on Back 4 Blood.
Wait,
Custom campaigns. But again, which controversy are you guys talking about? I didn't hear about any controversy. Oh, zombies are saying the N-word. Really? That's the controversy? I mean, why did they make them say the N-word in the first place? They were looking for the controversy. I mean, come on. You cannot do that by mistake. Come on, bro, just play the game. I'm doing that. What's the problem?
Guys.
Not intended at all. Really? Yeah, sure. I mean, if it's not intended, that's fine. Just remove it and that's it. You're good.
Aye. That'll do nicely.
I want to see HD graphics versus this game on Switch. Yeah, that would be interesting. Anyway, let's swap to 1440p now. So, 1440. Highest settings. I'm guessing it will be over 30 like the 570. But hey, who knows? Gotta go outside and test that. Oh, okay, Fantasy Hero. Gotcha. Sorry. I read your comment in the wrong way. Yeah, that's correct. I agree completely. People talking about controversy and all that. I mean, who cares? It's just a video game. Play the game. Exactly, Fantasy Hero. Exactly. I agree. Not that you put it that way. I read your comment in the wrong way.
Stay focused.
Yeah, I'm kinda edgy today. So as I was saying, yeah, just play the game. Who cares if they say the N-word? Play the game, shoot stuff.
Okay, then.
If someone is offended, okay, that's fine, remove the N-word. But exactly, why do they care so much? I mean, it's not going to change the game in any way.
Carl, did you underestimate us?
Your CPU might be sleeping, yeah, exactly. How is Zelda now? Cyberpunk 2077 is not a game, it's just a bug made an entire software. You tried. Maybe next time. Final Fantasy Chaos Masterpiece meme. Sure, why not? Okay, dungeon portals. When you're in a dungeon, you'll occasionally come across a bright blue circle on the ground. These are special spatial portals that can whisk your party to and from the dungeon entrance. Oh, okay. Nice. I can go outside then. Perfect. That's what I needed. And I love that it loads up super quick. It's installed on an SSD. It loads like this, super quick. Yeah, let's go back outside because that's where the performance hit is located. I'm doing fine. I've been Rusher 10 years ago. What about you, man? Xbox Series S versus 1660 Super? I don't have any of those things, so at the moment, not possible. Okay, 1650 Super so far, when running outside, which is where you get the performance hits, we're getting over 40, okay, low 50s, upper 40s, so it's just fine. Again, this is not a game where you're aiming and shooting precisely like on Warzone or something like that. On this style of game, 30 frames is fine, so yeah, 1440p, ultra settings, works fine. Series S will be weaker than the 1660 Super, depends on the game really. And remember the Series S has ray tracing capabilities, so that's a big plus.
Okay, what's the plan?
Especially for the future games. But I mean, if you don't care about ray tracing, I think it's a good option. Although personally, I would just try and go for the 2060. The 2060 will be my baseline, supports DLSS, supports ray tracing. Do you have a Switch? No, I don't. I don't have it anymore. I sold it. I also sold the 2060. I sold the Switch because I finished all the games I was planning on playing on it. And nowadays I sleep more than playing, so yeah. And I used that money, the Switch, the 2060, and I built a studio basically. So 1/3 of the money came from the 2060 to build a studio. There you see how expensive GPUs are. And then I sold the Switch to buy a new window, to buy the floor. Yeah, the floor, the ceramics. They are called the ceramics. No, ceramic is in Spanish. Hang on. How do I say baldosas in Spanish? Okay, the tiles. Sorry, the tiles. So the tiles, I sold the Switch Lite I had, and I bought some tiles and a window to put into the studio. And that's basically it. That's why I don't have a 2060 or a Switch anymore. Switch emulator is already working fine anyway. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, that's true. The Switch emulator, I can play Mario Odyssey now. I forgot about the Switch emulator. Yeah, for me, no reason to have a Switch anymore, so I sold it. Yeah, great maneuver. Yeah, I did maneuvers. Yeah, that's those two sales I did, plus the money I had in the bank saved, my savings. I said, okay, let's get out of my room. Instead of waking up next to the computer, let's build something to work on, like an office. So I call it the studio. What games did you play on the Switch? I played Skyrim. I finished Skyrim on the Nintendo Switch, and then transfer over my progress to the PC using a hack switch. Pretty useful.
Here I go.
Then I played, what else? Well, I played Mario Odyssey. I played Breath of the Wild. I played, what else? What else did I play on the Switch? Jesus, I forgot. Well, I played Crisis Remastered, pretty random game I got on the Switch. And I remember I was playing something else. Well, I played Borderlands. I played a lot of games I didn't finish on PC. Borderlands 1 and 2, I finished those on the Switch. I also played, what else? I'm missing something. Hyrule Warriors, I finished that one. Xenoblade 2, no, I haven't played that one. Tetris 99, I did that one. Astral Chain, I wanted to play it, but I wanted to build a studio, so I said, hey, screw it, I'll play it on the emulator. Santiago's 10th Skyrim playthrough. Yeah, and I was playing the Stealth Archer playthrough. So before bed I finished Skyrim on the Switch as a Stealth Archer that had 99 on pickpocketing, and it was pretty fun, yeah. Dark Souls Remastered. Oh no, I finished that one on PC, so yeah, that one I didn't get it on the Switch. Oh, Bayonetta 2. That one I can play it on the Wii U emulator, so I skipped over it. So yeah, pretty good stuff.
Guess it's my turn.
Okay, let's heal Adele.
Try this.
Sorry to be a pain.
There we go. And let's attack again. Anyone watching the Epic Store bug with Watch Dogs Legion? It's a bug with low price as $1. Let's try that out. Hang on, let's check that out. Watch Dogs Legion Epic Store. Let me see if that's true. If that's true, I'll add it to my cart. No, there's no bug. No bug here. So they probably fixed it already.
You rang?
But if that was the case, I would told you guys. I would like Dark Souls 3 on Switch, but Steam Deck is coming. Yeah, completely. I mean, I also wanted Dark Souls 2 on the Switch, and that didn't happen, which I was pretty surprised. Dark Souls 2 is a pretty easy game to run. Okay, so as you can see, 1440p is fine. Hang on, I got a message. Okay, nothing new. What the heck? Anyway. So, as I was saying, 1440p Ultra, we get over 50 frames basically all the time. No music, or it's just turned off. I turned it off because I wanted to be safe of copyrights. So hang on guys, I'm going to swap to 4K now. So I need to put the screen at 4K. 1 second. There we go. So as I was saying, I'm surprised that Dark Souls 2 is not on the Switch. It's a very easy game to run on the PC. You already paid $1 and a lot of guys in some forum. I'll update if it works. Okay, keep us posted. That would be interesting. Last month there was a Steam bug where you can get unlimited wallet funds. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, that was super interesting. But they fixed it already. I could have every Steam game. Maybe they will ban you if you do that, so better not use those bugs sometimes. Okay, 4K now, highest settings. It's probably going to be over 30 frames, but hey, No pain in testing it out. Dark Souls 2 is also PS3. Dark Souls 1 on Switch has enough performance to push 1080p 30. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so 4K 30 frames. No surprises, the 570 could do it as well. So, as you can see, 30 frames, even on nighttime. And on daytime, still 30 frames. So let's keep playing the game a little bit, and we swap to the 750 Ti. So yeah, Dark Souls 2, they could use the Scholar of the First Sin even on the Switch and have good performance. I'm not asking for 60 frames. I mean, 30 frames on the Switch, Dark Souls 2, but on the Steam Deck it's probably going to be 60 frames, so we don't need to ask for more ports. What the heck is that? Yeah, no, I'm staying away from that. Let's go around them. Just like that, nothing to see here, passing through. And as you can see, indoors we're getting 60 frames just fine. Okay, we run through all the enemies. Come on, run. What is this? Save points. Okay, let's go. Let's save the progress. So far I'm liking the game, guys. I think I'll keep playing this after the live stream. Pretty interesting so far. Crab run, yeah. Running like that. I hate that Sony is messing around with crossplay. Yeah, that's kind of a shame. Yeah. Do you think the 570 will hold up in 2022 AAA games? Probably. I mean, as long as the PS4 and the One S are fine playing new games, we should be fine. What is this? Run. Okay, we skip this. Crystal's Blessing. I can do special ability now. Great. Watch Dogs Legion, 40% off on the Epic Store. Pretty cheap. Yeah, pretty cheap. If you want to get it, guys, Watch Dogs Legion is on discount.
This should be fun.
You are ready to suffer, I hope.
Okay, this is a little bit more demanding than the other parts, but it's still easy to run,
Sorry to be a pain.
as you can see.
Yeah.
So yeah, good stuff. Good
Allow
performance. What are the reviews on price and upgradability on Horizon 2? Oh yeah, no, I hate that. I mean, I'd rather pay once, like on Xbox, you can get direct storage. What am I saying? The what's the name of this?
Let me at 'em.
I forgot the name. Whatever. Hang on. Thank you so much, Space Larry, for the 2 reais donation. Thank you so much, man. I think those are Brazilian reais. If I'm messing that up, sorry, just tell me what currency it is. Thank you so much for the donation. He's saying, what is your actual main PC specs now? Right now I'm using the 1650 Super on a with a Ryzen 5 3600 and 16 gigs of RAM. And I have an SSD with a hard drive to store all the live streams. So once the live stream ends, I have a copy on native resolution. And that's basically what I use. I don't need more than that. I can render videos just fine. I can play games. 1650 Super, as you can see, you can do gaming just fine. I don't play a lot of stuff, so yeah, that's basically my computer now. Ryzen 5 3600, 6 cores, 12 threads. Smart delivery, exactly, Arc Sukob. So smart delivery means that you pay for the game once and you can play it on the Xbox Series S or the Xbox One. So if you pay for a game on Xbox One, for example, and you get a Series X in the future, you can play the game without any problems.
Okay, what's the
But on Horizon Forbidden West, Sony says, okay, it's $60 for the PS4 version. If you want it on PS5, it's $70. But if you have it on if you want it on PS4 and then want to play it on PS5, you have to pay for the deluxe edition that is $80, and there's no upgrade option. So yeah, it's a dreadful business practice, if you ask me.
Here I go.
A lot of data from live streams then. At some point you'll have to move it all to the cloud storage. No, I mean, after a couple months, I delete the storage. I delete the older streams. I don't need to have them backed up. So after some time I do a cleanup and remove the old live streams. because in general I don't need to have them. I mean, if YouTube dies one day, it won't matter if I have the video footage. I won't upload all my live streams again.
Guess it's my turn.
So yeah. And as I was saying, Space Larry, thank you so much for the donation.
Allow me.
I appreciate it a lot. It allows me to keep doing what I'm doing. So yeah, it's super appreciated. Thank you so much, man. I'm surprised you don't have an RTX on your main. I used to have a 2060, but again, the economy, and I want to build a studio. I thought, well, I don't really need a 2060. It's the one that has the least amount of views in my channel, and at the same time, my
Be forgotten.
for rendering it doesn't make a huge difference for me, and I don't play a lot of demanding games, so I don't know. I didn't need it. What year will it be? I don't know. But if it ever happens, I'm probably not going to be alive. New PS5 version has a downgrade machine. What do you mean? What is the highest temp limit on 1650 Super? In general, I try to be below 75 degrees Celsius. But if the temperatures are super high, you're going to have to... it's going to lower the clocks. So yeah.
Yeah, this'll help.
I mean, it's not going to be damaged in any way. In general, it just lowers the clock to maintain the temperature, so I try to be below 75°C in general. Do you have a full-time job or are you studying? I'm studying and doing YouTube. So YouTube is like a full-time job now, but I'm studying in the background to get a higher wage job because YouTube wouldn't be enough to live on my own. I live with my family. And I want to see what's the health bar on this guy. Whoa, it's a huge health bar.
Here I go. Here, try this.
I shall endeavor to return the
do
So
favor.
yeah, which course? I'm doing Chinese medicine, acupuncture, and I'm also studying what else? Graphic design. I like a lot of stuff. So I'm mostly doing that now.
All right then.
Let's see, who are you? And thank you so much to Frost825 for the 50 Mexican pesos donation. Thank you so much, man, for the donation. I appreciate it a lot, highly. He says, Santi, hi again. I would like to hear now you started gaming, to hear how you started gaming and your channel history as well. A great hug from Mexico. Well, again, man, thank you so much for the generous donation. I appreciate it a lot. So how did I start gaming? Well, when I was 3 years old, my father, that was a programmer on a bank, had a Windows 95
Let me
PC,
see.
and I played a Garfield video game from the Mega Drive, I think it was, but it wasn't an emulator on PC. And I played that game, and I've been playing ever since. Then I got to a friend's house, and he had a PlayStation 1 with Harry Potter 1, the Sorcerer's Stone. And I played that and I said, hey man, what is that? This is a PlayStation, man. You wouldn't believe. This is so good. So I asked one for PlayStation
Here I go.
on my parents. They gave me one for Christmas when I was like 5 or 6 years old. And there I played Crash Bandicoot, Spyro. I also played Duck Hunt on a family machine. It wasn't a PS1. And I've been hooked ever since. Then I got a PlayStation 2 in 2007. And I played a lot of games. I remember playing Black on PlayStation 2. Great game. I loved it. And I played basically everything that you guys played on the PlayStation 2. And then I got a PlayStation 3 in 2012. Which was one of the big achievements because I was able to play God of War 3. I remember finishing God of War 2 on PS2 and I wanted to see how the story continued. So I played God of War 3, Uncharted 3, Uncharted 1, Uncharted 2. Then at that time, on 2012, I got a computer with a GTX 450. Oh, before that I have an 8500 GT on my PC. So I was playing PS2 and PC basically. Yeah, Black looked incredible for a PS2 game. Yeah, I've been playing it on the Xbox One S actually, because it's backward compatible. So you can play Black, the game from the PS2, on the Xbox One S, because it was on the OG Xbox. So I've been playing some Black on the Xbox One. Great game. It aged pretty well.
We've
What a history, brings tears to my eyes, yeah. I have to make a video talking about my gaming history. Anyway, let's go now back to the desktop. The battle was drawing on and on and on. Have you played Captain Claw? Yeah, that was one of my first games as well. Thanks for reminding me of that one. Yeah, Captain Claw. Man, it's been a while. That was one of the PC games I played along the lines of Garfield. Garfield lost in the something something. I don't remember the name. I'm going to check that out while I do the PC thing. Hang on. 750 Ti. Legendary graphics card from 2014. Alright. I'm young in gaming, I only started playing seriously by the time Final Fantasy XII released on the PS2. Oh man, it's been a while back. Garfield game Haunted House, I think it was. No. It was called... Here. Garfield Caught in the Act. That sounds pretty dirty for Garfield. This is the first game I played, I think. Yeah. So this link I left in the chat. This is the first game I ever played on a Windows machine. So yeah, what character is that? This is Iron Man. The Lego Iron Man. And I have a doll right here. So yeah, that game that I put there in the chat, that's the first game I ever played. That's why I like Cuphead so much. That game is, I would say, the game I left there, the Garfield game that I left in the comments. That's probably more difficult than Cuphead. Mate, yeah, in a few hours. Not the time for Mate, unfortunately. It's coming later. So we're back here, 750 Ti. We're doing 1080p on the highest settings. So 1080p ultra settings. And I'm not doing an overclock on this one. I want to play it as is. So yeah, let's launch Bravely Default 2. And again, thanks to Square Enix for the review code. I appreciate it a lot. Para cuando 10 FPS de Garfield. Algún día, pero no hoy. No one played GTA Vice City on the PS2. Actually, I haven't played Vice City on PS2 because I had it on PC. I played it on my integrated graphics. I remember my integrated graphics, I played Resident Evil 4 with a patch that allowed me to play on 64 megabytes of VRAM. I remember that the game looked terrible. I played it on PS2 because on PS2 it was more stable than my PC back then. But Vice City... Man, I love playing Vice City and San Andreas on the PC. Those were my first serious PC games. Alright, hang on guys, turning on the controller. The original GTA trilogy looks worse on PC. Really? That's pretty interesting. What I remember is that the Xbox version of GTA 3 was a lot better than the PC version, but somebody modded the Xbox version of PC. So we can play the Xbox version without an issue. Hang on, I'm going to restart my graphics card. Going to restart my capture card because I had no audio. Apologies. Sometimes that happens. But yeah, I love how the PC community finds a way to improve games, even if the developer doesn't care. Yeah, somebody made a mod to have the Xbox graphics on the PC for GTA 3. Yeah, and on PC you can do graphical mods. Okay, yeah. As you can see guys, 1080p, highest settings, 30 frames per second. I don't need more than this, really. Runs better than on the Nintendo Switch, higher resolution. So the 750 Ti still alive, playing games 7 years after its official release. Almost 8 years old on February 2022. So as you can see in the demanding part, we get over 30 frames per second. This is perfection. So yeah, excellent. So I won't lower the resolution, 30 frames is fine. So yeah, let's keep playing for a little bit. I wish even Pokemon would release their games on PC. Yeah, that would be amazing. But I think some of that license is held by Nintendo, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. Because always the Pokemon stuff releases on Nintendo stuff. I never saw any of that on PC. Only using emulators I saw Pokemon stuff. My first gaming experience was on the Xbox 360. Really? That's amazing, man. Best childhood ever. I never got a 360. I only played it on friend's house. But how old are you, man? How old are you, my man, Jim76UH? Yeah, Mate adds FPS. Yeah, even more FPS than having RGB. Of course. Make your choice. I think Pokemon games are Nintendo original. Okay, makes sense. Makes complete sense.
Lies.
Good or decent story of Cyberpunk 2077. I haven't played it. I stopped playing Cyberpunk. I only benchmarked it. Yeah, Nintendo releasing games on PC would be great, but that's probably not happening anytime soon. Maybe in the future, who knows? Maybe if Sony has a lot of success with the Uncharted games on PC, which they will, Nintendo maybe jumps on the boat. Because they can sell their games at $60 each and make a lot of money. But maybe they don't want to, who knows?
Oh man, get it!
Yeah, I'm so excited for new Sony games coming to PC. Because,
My time to
I mean, imagine playing Uncharted with mouse and keyboard. That's already blows my mind. I wanted to play Uncharted on PC for so long.
keep it up.
I just looked it up. I never knew GTA 3 was better on Xbox. Finished that on PC multiple times. Well, now you have a reason. Now you have a reason to play it on PC again. Also, guys, I made a video about the GTA franchise on the GTX 750 Ti and other cards. And I used the Xbox mod on that one. So if you care about that, I'll leave you a link. There you go. And on that one I show the Xbox mod and how to, I leave a link for the Xbox mod, so you can play the PC version with better 3D models, better textures. And actually it looks pretty good. You're 21. Oh, I'm 25, so we're pretty close in age. That's amazing, man. I started with the PS1, but at the time I played PS1, PS2 was already 2 years old, so kinda makes sense. Have you played Modern Warfare 2 online, screaming in the microphone like the other kids playing back then?
Here I go.
Congrats on 160k subs. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, thanks to you guys, I got to that amount of subs. Never thought the channel was going to go anywhere, so thanks guys for the support all this time. No problems, Frost. Enjoy, man. Yeah, GTA 3 with the Xbox mod. It's a completely different game, graphically. And you can even add reflections on cars using EMV. So yeah.
Here, this'll help.
With EMV you can add real-time reflections to the cars. Thanks, bro. Thanks, guys. Santiago soon to be low-spec Linus. No, not low-spec Linus. I'm more low-spec Digital Foundry. Or layman's Digital Foundry. Thanks for the content. Happy to make it, man. I'm here because I like making content.
To arms.
Here I go.
Holy hell, they're super strong. I'm going to brave the heck out of them. There we go, 3 hits. And you 1. And then this one, fire. Let's use thunder. He's going to get electrocuted with an armor on.
You didn't like that, did you?
Yeah, it's vulnerable to lighting, gotcha. Ah, but they're curing themselves. That's not fair.
Allow me.
Yeah, I do not drop things. That's a good point. I do not drop things. Look at my phone. It doesn't have a screen protector. It's only dirty, but it's not cracked. See that? Not cracked. It's completely fine. So yeah, I don't drop things. Although I dropped mate a few live streams ago over my keyboard. That was terrible. Didn't know it was turn-based. Yeah, it is, it is. It's a classic turn-based game. JRPG. Are you an engineer or what? I'm not. I'm just a guy that likes tech. And I do my research. That's all I do.
Sorcery. Hoo-ha! That had to hurt.
I'm up, huh?
Let's see the health of you. Yeah, he's pretty far away from dying. I don't drop my phone, but I don't trust myself to, so I use protection on it. Always use protection, guys. Don't be a fool. Wrap your tool.
Allow me.
Oh, you're talking about phones. Sorry, my bad. I always take it the wrong way. Mate for the mate gods. Yeah, we're doing that. Mate increase frames by 100%. 60% of the time works every time.
Away and bio your heat. Ah, you didn't like that, did you?
If you stream your own old video on your channel, would YouTube copyright strike you? That's a good question, man. Probably not. That's a good one. It's not a bug, it's a feature. There we go. That protection joke, yeah, man, what a good joke. I'm out of culture. Which phone model? Yeah, exactly. You still use a Note 8 Pro. Yeah, Note 8 Pro. I'm not a demanding man with phones. With phones, I'm like on the computer. I like an open-ish operating system and a lot of space. So it has 128 gigs of storage, so more than enough for photos, apps. It has a 64 megapixel camera that is good to crop photos sometimes when I want to take photos when I go on vacation. But I don't need anything. I paid $200 for it. I mean, it was super cheap and it has 4 gigabytes of RAM, I think. So it was super cheap and it has decent specs. And I can play PS1 games on it if I want to. I only sync up my Xbox controller to my phone because it has Bluetooth, and boom, portable PS1 gaming. Yeah, Google Pixel is also pretty good, yeah. I mean, as long as it has Android, I'm good. Do you game on your phone? Yeah, sometimes I play PS1 games. I sync up again my controller and play with it. You still use iPhone 7 from 4 years ago. Good phone. Hopefully the battery lasts long enough. Oh yeah, another thing. It has a 405,000 milliamp hour battery, so I never ran out of battery. I charge my phone every 1.5 days. So yeah.
Okay then.
Attack! Yeah, Android phones are great emulators, I agree. Good evening, Santiago. Good evening, Ironfall. How's it going, man? Welcome. I thought all Americans use iPhone are cheap there. Yeah. I don't know if they're cheap. I mean, if it's Apple, it's probably not cheap. In my country, they're super expensive, but I mean, for $200, I got a complete phone with a lot of features. And if I pay $60 for this controller, now I have a controller to play PS1 games on my phone. Because maybe you didn't know, the Xbox Series controller and the Xbox One controller both have Bluetooth, the newest versions. So you can actually play on your Android phone with an Xbox controller. Works perfectly on PS1 emulators.
Here I go.
So yeah, for that price, instead of buying an iPhone, I'd rather have an Android phone with a controller. Just personal preference, of course. Good to know that you're fine, man. Happy to know. Anyway, I think that's enough for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed watching me play this game. It runs okay, even better than the Switch. The Switch runs it at 20 to 30 frames, especially when running around. I think this is enough testing for today. Again, thanks to Square Enix for providing a code for the game. Super appreciated, so I can play it on day one. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. And yeah, I will buy a GPU rather than a phone completely. So yeah, but the GPUs are expensive today. And before I go, I want to show you something. So let me shut down the computer first. So before I leave, I want to show you something super quick. Maybe you guys are interested, maybe you're not. Oh, yeah, hang on. Before that, let's get out of the game. So again, for the people wondering, I got a One S, an Xbox One S, not a Series S, a One S, and I tried Doom Eternal, and I tried doing a frame rate counter like Digital Foundry, and I managed to do so with recording lossless footage. So this is what I'm going to do in a few days. I'm going to test a lot of games on the One S. So if you guys are excited for this, please let me know. As you can see, it's solid 60, sometimes it drops, but yeah, almost solid 60 frames. So yeah, that's basically what I wanted to show you. And you got a studio, yeah, I'm working on it. It's finishing next week, and I'll move all my stuff there. But as I wanted to show you, I got One S. What's the overlay you used? I used Teardrop, which is an app to analyze raw footage, and that gives you the overlay. So behind my computer, right here, I have an Xbox One S with a stand. So it gets enough air, don't worry. It's not dying. So let me turn it on. Okay, so super quick, I'm going to show you that. Also, I didn't know the Xbox Series control works on the Xbox One. That's pretty cool. So, okay, good to know. Good to know that you guys are excited. So let me show you. I'm now into the Xbox. So I filled the entire hard drive. I found a 2 terabyte Xbox. Whoa. And I basically filled the entire disk. It's 98% full. I installed Apex Legends, Assassin's Creed, Battlefield, Black, which is a game I love, Doom, Doom Eternal, Gears of War, Red Dead Redemption 2, Red Dead Redemption 1. So yeah, I think it's the best deal right now. But I want to get the Xbox Series S as well to do comparisons. But at the moment, yeah, this is what I have. I filled my entire hard drive with games to test out. I haven't bought all of this. Most of this is Game Pass. So Game Pass gives you access to a lot of these. Black is included with Game Pass. This is a game I purchased like a year ago. This one is a Game Pass, 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 Game Pass. All these are Game Pass. I mean, and Gears of War is on Game Pass as well. Yeah, most of this stuff is stuff from Game Pass. I only bought Resident Evil 5 and Crash Bandicoot. That's basically it. Yeah, Game Pass is a great deal. That's what I wanted to show you guys. Game Pass is amazing. And I also bought Red Dead 1. Valhalla is on Game Pass? No, Valhalla, I bought it. Yeah, that one I bought it, yeah. So yeah, that was it. Thank you guys so much for watching. That's what's coming soon to the channel. Xbox One S settings, performance tests, graphical comparisons, and the value of Game Pass on Xbox One. Look at that many games that I can have without paying extra. I mean, yeah. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see ya next time. Bye guys, love you all. Thanks for watching. Thank you. Have a nice weekend. Glimpse of your studio? No, that's coming later. See you next time, guys. Thank you.